Welcome to the Eternum Chronicles. In the previous episode, our heroine meets several of the prominent citizens of First Light. Through them, she learned more about her situation on Eternum, as well as continued her education on surviving in this new world. In this episode, she meets the Barkeep and helps him with a small problem. Without further ado, here's the story of our heroine and the Barkeep.
It's been a busy few days. Time to relax and visit the most important building of any town, the local tavern.
Crazy times. Everyone's bustling about, working together to strengthen the settlement. Gotta admit, I'm feeling a bit snubbed. No one's asked for my help.
I'm sure it's not personal.
But it is! What can a daft barkeep contribute? That's what they're saying. It's not right. I got feelings too, you know.
There must be a way.
Maybe. I've been thinking of making a special brew. There's barley stores out in Dayspring Mills. It's good stuff. If you could get that barley, that'd be something.
So much for some nice, relaxing beer and gossip. But doing a favor for the barkeep could turn out very beneficial. Barkeeps tend to know everything going on in a town. And, not to mention, possibility of free beer. And how hard can it be to harvest some barley? On the other hand, Dayspring Mills. That little trip collecting those research notes for the syndicate still makes my head hurt. Going to be sure to give those lost a wide berth. And keep my eyes open so they don't kick me in the ass. Again. There's the shelter that had all my new buddies. Think I'll give it a wide berth and head straight out to the fields. Damn it. So much for avoiding the lost. Dayspring Mills infested worse than the fleas at the inn. Okay. Good. The barley field looks fairly clear. This might not be too bad after all. So far, so good. A couple more and that should be good. I can almost taste the golden nectar of a special brew. I wonder if I can convince him to name it after me. I'd better check to see if there's anything that's still salvageable in the mill house. This solvent might still be useful for cleaning all the brewing equipment. I really hope he cleans his equipment. Okay, let's get this barley back to the barkeep. The sooner he gets it, the sooner I sit back and enjoy a pint. Or 3. You know, this place would be really peaceful if it wasn't for the constant sound of the undead groaning. Score! Another free swine carcass. Maybe I can get Gunter to grill me up some pork chops after I give him the barley. Although, it does still concern me that there are just carcasses left unattended all over the place. Should probably be more careful about parasites. These herbs smell just like the ones my mom used to make pork chops with. A little taste of home. I so earn this beer with the amount of cardio this place makes me do.
You really waded through the withered at Dayspring Mills just for my barley? That's raw. You gotta be some kind of tough for that. Thanks. Still can't get over it, the favor you've done me. You're like a real friend. It's been a long time. I can't even count the years.
It was my pleasure.
So, I hope it don't seem like I'm imposing if I ask one more teensy-weensy favor. See, the thing is, my brewing recipe, well, it's just not well suited to this amazing barley.
How can I help?
There was this Chef Giroux in Hilltop. Had the most amazing recipe. Hilltop's gone to the corrupted now, but if I could get that brew recipe and some Hilltop hops, that would be like the best thing ever.
Of course, my dreams of free beer are never that simple. I'm really starting to seriously think about that naming rights thing, though. Damn it. That's a fair jaunt away, isn't it? And up a decent hill, too. This would really, really better be worth it. I don't get what is with these people and their unattended roaring fires in the middle of the wilderness. I hope Smokey the Bear haunts their dreams. What the glowing white plant? I think Howie said it was a life bloom. I'd better grab one for him. Dayspring Mills. Ah, the fond, fond memories. All of which tell me to give you a wide berth. Okay. Hill. Fun. Okay. Seriously, though. How tall is this hill? Okay. But seriously, though. Someone went a little bit overboard with all these signal fires. I better remember to let Oaks know that she has a arsonist wannabe in her midst. This must be one of the corrupted that Gunter mentioned. Doesn't look to be the brightest candle on the shelf. Well, the competition with the signal fires, they don't seem too bad. At least they don't jump around as much as those flea-inspired Dayspring Mills withered did. Okay, here are some of the hops that Gunter needs. Okay, this big tent looks like it was some sort of mess hall for the miners. Probably where I'd be if I was some magical recipe for what had better be the best brew of all times. Ouch! Damn it, that hurt! And take that! Two can play this smacking game. Fantastic! There's the recipe. Now for just a bit more of the hops. There's some of... Whoops! Looks like I found a new friend who is really anxious to greet me! Seriously? Does everybody run in pairs around this place? Ha! Super awesome spin attack for the win! That was close. Not exactly the best place for a picnic, but a healing potion, some food are definitely what's needed right now. Now, let's get those hops and get the hell out of here. Even though the trip back was uneventful, I'm still so glad to be back in town. Having those corrupted twins play Skewer the Pretty Lady was enough excitement for one day. Now, it's time to give Gunter the recipe and the hops, and for me to savor a nice cool beer.
No way! You really went up to Hilltop and got me the recipe and the hops? Oh, let me see. Oh, I gotta brew some of this up right away.
Here you go.
Oh no, this stuff doesn't mix at all. Some kind of residue on it. Oh, what a bummer. Maybe I'll ask Artificer Kim if he has time for me. Don't mean to complain though, not after what you've done.
All that and still no special brew. I'm Pretty sure this falls under a sunk cost fallacy, but I think I'll run over to Kim and see if there's something he can do to fix this.
I understand that you gave a helping hand to the barkeep, Gunter Rost. That was most good of you.
It was simple enough.
Gunter is not the brightest torch, but I help him when I can. The failure of his new brew recipe is most perplexing, however.
Could it be the ingredients?
Indeed. What if it's because the barley and hops come from places overrun by lost and corrupted? We must experiment. If you can get samples from corrupted and withered specimens, I will do the rest.
Of course. He needs me to run out for samples. I'm gonna throw on 3 reallys for how special this brew had better be. At least I'm not the only one that got that vibe from Gunter, though. I had a cat like Gunter once. Sweetest kitty you could ever want, but yeah, not the brightest one. Okay, let's get those samples. And for friends joining the dance this time. I'd really preferred not to be skewered again. That was easy enough. Okay, where are these withered he wants sampled? Naturally, on the other side of these hills. I wonder what's wrong with the Dayspring Mills withered. Not, of course, that I'm anxious to go back there, but my feet would prefer that to some over the hill and through the Dale's death march. But Kim knows what he needs, and Mom always said if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Especially when there's beer involved. There's one. He looks like he has sample written all over him. Let's try something. Maybe I can get them to come to me. A shot for you, and a shot for you. Not bad. That worked rather well, if I do say so myself. Worked once, bet it'll work again. Nice! And better with a bit of help from Mr. Spearman there. Okay, one more should do it. Aw, that was so nice of him. I wonder if my staff can heal other people like that. In any case, rather nice having that blue glow tingling through my body. I just wish it wasn't while getting covered in gore samples. Okay, back to Kim.
Splendid! These samples will do perfectly. The possibilities here are truly fascinating. If my hypothesis is correct, based on the failure of Gunter's brew recipe, this could be quite significant.
What exactly is your theory?
I'll explain as soon as I can actually test it. There is one problem, however. The withered samples from Campbell's Rest seem to be too weak, possibly from deterioration.
Should I gather some more?
Indeed, I hoped you might volunteer. This time, however, try another location. Perhaps samples from the lost pirates at Nyhart's Anchorage will not deteriorate so quickly.
At least this time doesn't appear to involve any mountains. Nice, leisurely walk through the beach might not be too bad. What could go wrong? And of course the beach route was closed due to some giant turkey roaming around. And of course I have to take the mountain detour. I've got to talk to my travel agent. Well, at least with all this practice on the cliffside, I could probably try out to join the mountain goats. I can sing pretty well. Pirate withered. I wonder if this is what happens to marauders if they turn. Serves them right, arrogant assholes. Nah, no one deserves this. They're still arrogant assholes. Whoops, better not forget the sample. Scenic as this is, I do not want to have to walk back here. Ouch! Hold my head. head and my nose. Boy, this guy stinks. Aha! Two can play this stink game. Take that. A couple more should do it. Don't be whacking me with your shield. By the way, word of advice, a ship's wheel doesn't make the best shield. Swords tend to go right to the spokes. Okay, that should be everything that I need. Let's head back. Safe at last. I really hope these samples are all that Kim needs.
Out to 9 hearts and back unscathed. You must be a skilled combatant. I am grateful to have your help.
Well, I definitely need a beer now. Special brew or not.
That concludes our heroine's adventures with the Barkeep's new brew. Her story continues with First Light, Danger Abounds. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe for future content. This video is supported by Amazon Games. Additional dialogue and voice acting provided by Culture Mouse and Adar.